What's up, guys? It's Yen Saga. Let's get into today's video.
The story began at Gracefield House, an orphanage where 38 children lived happily under the care of a woman named Isabella. Among them were 3 exceptionally intelligent 11-year-olds, Emma, Norman, and Ray. The children regularly took aptitude tests, and these 3 consistently received perfect scores. Life at the orphanage appeared idyllic. The children were told they would stay until they were adopted, though none ever remained past the age of 12. However, it soon became clear that something was wrong. None of the adopted children were ever heard from again.
One day, a 6-year-old girl named Connie was supposedly adopted. After she left, Emma and Norman realized she had forgotten her beloved stuffed animal and ran after her to return it. Instead of finding her safe, they discovered her lifeless body inside a truck. To their horror, they overheard a group of demons speaking nearby and learned the terrible truth. The orphanage was actually a human farm, raising children to be eaten. Isabella was complicit in the operation. Emma and Norman managed to escape undetected and resolved to plan their escape. Meanwhile, Isabella found the stuffed animal they dropped, realizing someone had discovered the truth. Norman soon deduced that the tests were used to rank the children. Those with lower scores were shipped first. He also suspected that intelligence improved the flavor of their brains. The children had roughly 2 months before the next shipment, giving them limited time to escape. While scouting in the forest, they encountered a concrete wall surrounding the estate, which posed their first major obstacle. They also discovered that Isabella could track them using a device, suggesting that each child had a tracker implanted. To prepare for escape, they began stashing tablecloths to create ropes. Ray eventually confronted them, suspicious of their behavior. After being told the truth, he was reluctant to help, fearing what might lie beyond the wall. However, after some persuasion, he agreed to assist them. Soon after, Isabella introduced a new baby named Carol, and a new adult caretaker, Sister Crone, who appeared to be working with the demons. The uneasy alliance between Crona and Isabella began to unfold. Though Isabella informed Crona of a potential security breach, she insisted on handling it herself. Crona, however, had her own ambitions. She wanted to replace Isabella as the mother of Gracefield House. Meanwhile, the children discovered a scar behind baby Carol's ear, confirming the location of the trackers. They began playing tag with the other children as a covert way to train them for the escape. Crona joined in and challenged the children to survive 20 minutes. Only Norman and Ray succeeded. Emma was caught while helping the younger kids. In the final scenes, the children began to suspect that there was a traitor among them. One of the children might be reporting to Isabella. 2 weeks after Connie's death, training continued. Norman proposed accelerating the escape plan to catch Isabella off guard. He suggested they prepare everyone in just 10 days. To do this, they needed more allies, so they decided to tell Dawn and Gilda the truth, though they withheld the full extent, claiming the children were victims of human trafficking. Norman also planted a trap by feeding false information about the rope's location to identify the informant. Gilda was briefly interrogated by Crona, but didn't reveal anything. Eventually, Norman's trap worked. He concluded that Ray was the spy. Ray confessed to being Isabella's informant, explaining he had done so for 6 years in exchange for being spared from shipment. However, he insisted he was actually a double agent and used his position to gather information. He agreed to continue helping, but on the condition that they abandoned the idea of rescuing all the children. Norman reluctantly agreed, vowing not to tell Emma. Later, the 3 of them discovered a secret room inside Isabella's office, presumably used for contacting headquarters. They considered investigating, but deemed it too risky. Dawn and Gilda, curious about Connie's fate, broke into the room and discovered a stash of toys from previously shipped children, along with a communication device. Emma discovered that some books in the library belonged to someone named William Minerva, and hidden within were Morse code messages, possibly warnings. Meanwhile, Don had secretly learned to pickpocket and stole the key to Isabella's hidden room. Inside, he and Gilda confirmed Connie was indeed dead and confronted the others. Emma then revealed to Norman a new escape plan, though the details weren't shared with viewers yet. Ray learned from Isabella that he would be the next to be shipped out. Later, Sister Krona confronted the children, indicating that she knew they had discovered the truth and proposed an alliance. Crone explained that if the children succeeded in escaping, Isabella would be blamed and removed, allowing Crone to take her place. She revealed that she, too, had been raised in a similar facility and, though she survived, was now trapped by a lethal chip implanted in her chest. Although the children agreed to work with her, they remained wary. That night, Emma and Norman visited Crone to ask about the demon's headquarters. Despite the information exchanged, both parties remained suspicious. Meanwhile, Ray received a camera from Isabella in exchange for continuing to spy. The children then left information for Crone to discover about Isabella. She was thrilled, until Isabella handed her a note from headquarters stating she was being transferred out. The letter from HQ stated that Krona would be reassigned as a mother at another facility. She met with her superior, Grandma, and attempted to sell out Isabella. Unfortunately, Grandma and Isabella were allies, and Krona was executed by demons. Before her death, Krona reflected on her life and silently hoped the children would succeed in escaping. Meanwhile, Emma, Norman, and Ray began investigating beyond the wall. Isabella, aware of their movements, acted swiftly. She revealed she had eliminated Krona and ended her partnership with Ray. She locked him in a room and tracked Norman and Emma to the wall. She tried to convince them to stop, insisting they had good lives. Emma refused and attempted to buy time for Norman to escape. In response, Isabella broke Emma's leg and informed them that Norman would be shipped out the next day. Determined to save Norman, Ray gave him a makeshift taser built from gifts Isabella had given him. The plan was for Norman to fake his escape and hide. Ray intended to injure himself to prevent being shipped in Norman's place. Norman agreed. It was also revealed that Ray remembered the demons from infancy due to lacking infantile amnesia. On the day of his escape, Norman decided to explore the outside world. He climbed the wall and discovered a massive chasm surrounding the entire facility, making escape far more difficult. With no way forward, he returned, shocking the others. Norman shared his discovery. The house was located on the hexagonal property, entirely enclosed by cliffs. The only exit led through the demon-guarded gate. Later, he admitted he had never intended to escape that day. He only wanted to gather intel. Norman returned the taser to Ray and said farewell to everyone. Emma tried to make him run, but he refused. At the gate, Isabella instructed him to wait in a side room. Whatever he saw there left him stunned. Back at the house, the mood turned grim. Ray informed the others that he had given up on escaping. 2 months passed. Emma and Ray appeared defeated. But secretly, Don and Gilda had continued working on the escape plan. Ray, scheduled for shipment the next day, proposed setting the plan in motion that night and revealed his intention to sacrifice himself in a fire to create a diversion. As Ray prepared to light the fire, Emma stopped him just in time. The full escape plan was finally revealed. All the children had already been informed. They staged Ray's fake death using a decoy. In the chaos, Emma used a knife to remove the tracking device from her ear. She and the other children escaped into the forest. But Ray noticed something was wrong. The youngest children were missing. Meanwhile, Isabella found the transmitter keyhole filled and couldn't call HQ. She recovered the transmitter just before a little boy tugged on her skirt. It was Phil. In a flashback, Emma had told Phil the truth. They had agreed to leave behind the children aged 4 and under, as they would not survive the journey. Phil and the others promised to wait for 2 years until Emma returned to rescue them. Back in the present, Isabella reported the escape to HQ. The children used makeshift zip lines to cross the chasm. Isabella chased them to the wall, scaling it with ease. Before Emma crossed, Isabella recalled her past, losing friends, training to be a mother, and even giving birth.